mind? I know you better get out of my face! Out of my face! Out of my face! This girl, she's a girl!
Up.
Yeah, I got you! I got you on camera! You on candid camera now!
Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video. I'm actually going to be doing... Okay. Because I don't want to be talking and the mic is not on, but I'm going to be doing a reaction video to a cop camera. We're just basically going to see if this is a kidnapping or is this a mother trying to sell off her child and gain profit. So let's get right into the video.
If you give me $500 right now, you can have. I said, have what? She said, have her. And she put her down in the leaves.
What? No, I would never sell my child.
And she said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the bastard.
My child is my life. I never, ever hurt my baby.
And I'm like, is she crazy?
In March 2024, a woman walks into a police station with an 18-month-old girl and a shocking claim.
But in the second clip, when she was in the interrogation room, she didn't look weird.
When that didn't work, abandoned her entirely. But what sounds like an open and shut case takes a twisted turn when the mother accuses the woman of orchestrating a plot to steal her baby. The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. On the afternoon of March 5th, 2024, a woman comes into the Palatka, Florida Police Department with an 18-month-old baby on her shoulder and an extraordinary story.
Gonna bring her some clothes, diapers over, but we didn't. I was gonna wipe her off, but we didn't want to wipe her off. We should take pictures of her because she's okay. Don't cry, sweetie. Because she knows the therapy.
I'll come sit with you.
I'll come sit with you. I called DCF to John, and he's gonna be calling me back.
Thank you so much for doing this. I know that this is way outside of what
I'm a mom first.
I understand.
The woman is an employee at H&R Block, and she says she was getting ready to close last night when a client named Jessica came in with her baby daughter.
Both of them had no shoes on. Her and Jessica walked in, and she asked me could I give her a new Emerald card because her taxes had dropped, and she left it somewhere or something happened with it. So I got ready to put her stuff in, and I noticed the baby had took her diaper off. And she was like pointing at her private, like it was irritating her or something. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the diaper, you know, the kids be irritated or whatever. And she was like, she's not going to do that because I only have one diaper for her. So she put the diaper back on her. And it wouldn't, you know how the sticky side of the diaper, it wouldn't stick no more. So she like,
Everything moving so fast, but I have to put my little 2 cents on this. What's really weird that I hate about some parents, like when I'm like witnessing like people with kids, not all, because it's not everybody, like when they're yelling at the kid or when they're just being really mean to the kid and you know the kid is just being a kid or something, like the fact that she was pointing at her private parts. What is going on? Like I would have been suspicious there than one diaper.
here. And it was like, you just stupid. You shouldn't be there. And I was like, what? So
See, yeah, I don't like stuff like that.
She says she waited until police arrived and then went home for the night, unaware that her involvement with this woman was far from over.
This morning I came 7 a.m. The mom, Jessica, was laying on the AC unit. And she was in a Dollar General's buggy. And it was drizzling. She was asleep and the baby was in there hollering. I said, do you need help? Like, do you need me to call you so they can help you? And she said, no, don't worry about it. And she snatched her daughter out the top part and slammed her in the bottom.
Her anger on
The woman says that Jessica left at that point. Not long after, someone at a nearby restaurant calls the police to complain about a woman and her baby walking around asking for food. The responding officer finds Jessica inside, annoyed that someone reported her.
Because they were worried about the baby.
Because she's throwing a tantrum.
No, well, more than one to make sure the baby was okay and that you were okay.
I'm fine. I'm trying to find emergency housing.
So what's the situation? What are you going through right now?
I'm going through a lot.
Like as far as housing, why are you looking for emergency housing?
Because I had a boyfriend who used to beat the out of me and I don't want it around my kid.
Okay.
If you can please help me in any way.
Well, okay, so I've got our victims advocate.
What's any way? Just give you some money so you can walk off and go do something with it, like some drugs?
She'll be coming over here.
You know, just because the baby cries doesn't mean that they're in trouble. I'm sure you have kids.
I do. I have a son and a stepdaughter.
I can't even believe this. Is that rescue for my child?
No. They're going to the...
With her
Not as
assistance,
much. I
but
am.
Jessica is wary of their motives.
Y'all making me feel threatened.
This is the victim's advocate that told you I had come.
No, y'all really making me feel threatened. I got 4 y'all.
No, we have a bunch of stuff for you and the baby.
Jessica settles enough to accept the help these women have brought for her, but she doesn't let her guard down entirely.
It's just right now, I'm needing a place to stay. She thinks y'all are probably trying to take her away from her.
No, we're not taking her away from mommy.
But Jessica does wind up separated from her daughter, and according to the woman at the police station,
Like, how you end up separated if you're so concerned like this?
She came back to our job. At this point, she's yelling at the customers in there to give her money. I said,
That's
"Ma'am, you gotta
probably why.
leave."
Because she knows, like, I can use this baby to get some money.
She said, "Oh, I'm not leaving. And then took her in the bathroom. When she left out here, I called the police. And she literally pushed the buggy in the road and laughed about it. And then hurry up and grab it. And I'm like, is she crazy?
She says that although she gave the officer details about Jessica's behavior, she was told that it would come down to her word against the mother's, but it wouldn't be long before Jessica would return yet again, and this time she would come with a shocking offer.
She came back. I see her walking back towards our job, and she said, come here, because I trust you, come here. So I'm like, oh my God. I asked 2 of my coworkers to walk out with me because I don't know what's in somebody's mind.
Oh my God.
And as I walked over there, she said, if you give me $500 right now, you can have it. I said, have what? She said, have her. And she put her down in the leaves. And I said, are you serious? At this time, the baby got up and she was getting ready to walk in the road. And I grabbed the baby and I picked her up and I said, I'm not giving you no money. She said, well, just have her because it's just too much for me.
The woman's account nearly defies belief, but when the police speak to Jessica a couple of days later, they hear a story that could turn the entire case upside down.
I went and filed my taxes at H&R Block. While I was there, one of the members of my church filed my taxes for me. She asked me if she could keep my daughter overnight. She said she wanted to buy her some clothes. She knew I just got out of an abusive marriage, and I'm trying to get back on my feet.
And this was Monday or Tuesday?
No.
Whoa.
She's only gone for 2 days. Only 2 days.
Okay. Well, today's Thursday, so that would have make it, what, Tuesday? Tuesday night, you tell me like approximately what time? 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
7 p.m.?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Okay.
Jessica says that although she was reluctant at first, she ultimately agreed to hand her daughter over for the night.
I allowed her to take Gigi, and about an hour after that, I got a knock at the door from the police saying that I was banned from H&R Block.
I mean, it
So I sent a
sounds
text
good.
message, and I said, if you not produce my child, I'm going to call the police.
What's this worker that you go to church with? What's her name?
Her name's Crystal. She's a black girl with the pink hair.
Jessica paints herself as a caring mother who was tricked into giving up her baby, which is a far cry from the story police heard at the station.
I said, do you need help? Again, I'm asking you, do you need help? And she said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the bastard. And I said, okay. And I got the baby. I was crying. I walked across the street and I tried to wake her up. And I put her in my car and I told her she's going to be okay. This should not go on with a child.
You don't remember having a conversation about trying to sell Giovanni?
What?
I'm just
No.
Okay.
I would never sell my child.
Oh my God.
No.
Why you acting so like?
I can't even believe that was even stated. My child is my life.
Ads.
Not only is Jessica's story completely different, she tells the detectives that she knows exactly what's going on here.
To be honest with you, my sister, me and her have a very bad relationship. She has wanted my child. She's told lies to my entire family. I believe she sent Crystal to do that on purpose because she laughed yesterday in my face and told me I was going to be in jail. So they said this sounds petty, but it's true.
I mean, what would be the reasoning they would do that?
Same reason she husband.
Oh, okay.
Spiteful.
At the police station, the woman
And I
does
knew it was
express an
something that
interest in
was
keeping
like,
the
I
child,
knew it was
though it
something
doesn't
that had
seem
to
to
do with
come
his
from a place
husband.
of
I knew it
malice.
had something
So
to do
would
with his damn
DCF let
husband.
me take her home?
Probably not, but
I just don't want her to have to go through no system.
absolutely not. There might be a way. He might have to come out and look at your house, or he might. So we'll figure something out.
But as far as Jessica's concerned, there's no reason why her daughter can't be with her.
You know I don't deserve to be in jail for this. I never, ever hurt my baby.
If you see her here, she hit her. It's right here.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
She elbowed her last night.
So that was from last time.
Oh, you can see it good now. It's swole all right here. The bruise. She got dirt all in her nose.
I'm an RN. I can't lose my child or my license.
Jessica was a licensed practical nurse, but her license was put on probationary status a year prior when she failed to notify the Board of Nursing that she pled no contest to a disorderly conduct charge. But the detectives are only concerned about Jessica's current story, which seems to have a couple of significant problems.
I allowed her to take Gigi, and about an hour
See, this
after
where
that,
I knew
I
it.
got a knock at the door from the police saying that I was banned from H&R Block.
Jessica's stated timeline would put this at approximately 8 p.m. However, the detectives know that she was banned from H&R Block at 11:30 in the
If I'm not
morning.
mistaken.
She asked me if she could keep my daughter overnight.
That would have make him, what, Tuesday night?
Tuesday. Yeah.
Jessica says that Crystal took custody of the baby on Tuesday night, which would have been impossible given that the baby was sitting in the police department on Tuesday afternoon.
Okay. And what's the worker that's
Gotcha,
go to
bitch.
church with? What's her name?
Her name's Crystal.
But there's no one at H&R Block by the name of Crystal. The woman who brought her baby to the police station is named Anita,
You
and she
even
says that
fooled
she only
me.
knows Jessica as a client.
Are y'all gonna let me go?
She said this woman, she said they went to church together. She had me thinking the woman with the pink wig name was Crystal. I even believed it. But one thing about timelines, that's why you have to really just, because people can tell a lie so damn good. She was really talking like, and you was really starting to believe like, okay. But then when she started talking about the sister and fucking husbands, it really started bringing emotional impact that may be damaging her brain and just make her think these type of ways. And also the fact that she's angered at this child and doing all type of stuff to this child, like hitting her and elbowing her and just yelling at her. I just feel like it's because the child is, the husband's daughter, and she just has some resentment. And then she's also in this situation. I feel like drugs is involved as well. That's why she asking for money. I feel like she only wanted to keep the baby just because the baby probably can bring some money or bring some type of sympathy when she's walking around with a child and she's asking you for $20 and $15. And then she talk a good game, and you gotta be careful with people like that that got charisma, that can talk a good game and talk a good lie, because them the type of people they be getting away with stuff. They be doing little sneaky stuff. They sneaky and they deceiving.
No, there is
Conniving.
a for your arrest.
I'm saying,
Fishy.
I mean, you are under arrest.
In February
I knew it,
2025,
though.
Jessica Woods pled no contest to her charges and was convicted of 6 crimes against her child, including unlawful desertion and illegally placing a child for adoption. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison and 10 years of probation. According to the Palatka Police Department, her daughter has been placed in foster care.
No, why y'all didn't give it to the woman? That's what I do not like. It was a Good Samaritan, and she's a good woman. Y'all could have did background checks. Y'all could have worked with that woman. Y'all could have did background checks. Y'all could have worked with that woman and gave that woman that baby if she wanted that baby. And she could have, took ownership of that baby. I feel like God intervened in that moment because God knew this woman was going to sell off her child anyway to anybody. God knows if it was a pimp, she would have saw with some money. And she was getting drugs and she saw him pull out a stack of cash with her daughter in her hand. God knows what would have happened. I feel like God intervened and was able to H&R Block, she probably went there thinking, oh, it's a tax woman. She got money. She can give me a little money for the baby. Doing that, playing a sympathy card, because a lot of, people that's on the street do play that card. Like, they know how to get it out of you, basically, or make you feel bad, basically. And I just feel like God intervened in that moment just to get that baby safe. But foster care, I feel like that system is just really tricky. And I never want to put a child through foster care because it's like, damn, like, you don't know who they going to, bitch. It could be another person. I saw some situations and some stories where kids go to foster care and they end up getting adopted by people who want to treat them like slaves in a worse system or like in a worse care. Like, that was really weird. At first, I thought it was a kidnapping, and I did, like, you know, because she did give, like, she was really concerned, but that was really weird. Y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments, but damn.
Don't worry about what people say about you. They're gonna try to belittle you. They're gonna try to cellularize your name.